right, JDs and gentlemen, welcome back. I am here again with none other than Brennan from Honda of Keene, and today we have the pleasure of taking you guys out in the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport. This thing is quite the looker.
Yeah, I think they did a phenomenal job on it. For 2023, they did a complete redesign, interior, exterior. I think they did an absolutely phenomenal job on it. Definitely gave it a fresh, new, modern look. And some feedback we've gotten from customers is it still feels like their Honda CR-V. So even though they, kind of went crazy on the redesign inside and outside, it still feels like their Honda.
Yeah, the classic Honda driving experience and the reliability, obviously. I like this redesign much more than the old CR-V. The old CR-V was kind of more rounded, in the front and then in the back, and this is definitely gives me more of like an SUV, like proper SUV type of.
Yeah, they gave it a
type of vibe.
A little bit more of a facelift up front, kind of made it a little bit more boxy look, and I definitely think it really helped kind of modernize the exterior of it.
Oh, absolutely. This has total of 204 horsepower, just over, or combined, 204 combined horsepower as it is the hybrid. So you get the dual electric motors.
Yeah.
And you get a normal inline 2-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine that puts out just over 140 with the 204 combined when you add the hybrid.
And the way they say it works too is so you have your electric motor. Each of them are going to be mated onto either side of your gas motor. And then from there, your gas motor essentially works as a generator. It'll help kind of get the vehicle started, kicked on, but for the most part, it just serves as the generator to keep those electric motors running.
A lot of models and a lot of car manufacturers are kind of moving towards the whole hybrid game because of the, obviously, you want to save people money, save a lot of money when you get into these hybrid vehicles, but you're not really losing any performance. I mean, this thing puts out a total of over 200 horsepower, which I think is relatively fair, especially for a vehicle this size.
And you even you gain a little bit of extra power too, going with the hybrid over the gas models. And with it being a hybrid, because electric is so much more on demand, you even get a little bit more pep out of the vehicle. So the hybrids can even be a little bit more fun to drive over the gas models.
Yeah, you get that extra torque that you get in the with the hybrid motors. Like you said, you get that instant electric power right to it. So you get a little get up and go.
You even have a sport mode you can go into to even get a little bit more, pep out of the vehicle. You can take things down with an economy mode, make it drive a little bit more fuel efficiently too. But in addition to that, you get like a snow mode, obviously great for all the New England drivers out there.
Yeah, so you get 4 drive modes total.
Correct.
So you get Eco, Sport, Snow, Normal mode. Now, is this all-wheel drive?
It will be all-wheel drive, yes.
Yep. This is a little over 2 inches longer than the old model and like almost 1.5 inches wider.
Yeah.
Now, is there a specific reason do you think they did that, or is that just kind of were they trying to fit the hybrid motors in, or is that just kind of the way the cookie crumbled when they did?
So part of it was to give the vehicle a little bit more stability, make it drive a little bit better by kind of stretching that wheelbase. And something they did in the rear as well is they wanted to get a little bit more space out of it. They wanted to put stadium seating in the back, to give those rear passengers a little bit more visibility, help prevent stuff like car sickness and stuff like that. So with that kind of came obviously making the vehicle a little bit bigger, and it really did pay off in interior space. Even with this being a mid-sized SUV, you really have all the room you'd need.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked in the back seat and the trunk is massive. You could definitely fit much whatever you would need to fit in an SUV back there. And the legroom in the back is crazy. I'm like 6'4". I could sit back there without any problem. And even up here, I have plenty of room. I have plenty of headroom. Like the old CR-Vs, when you sit in them, it definitely felt a little bit more cramped than this one.
Yeah, it definitely felt a little bit more snug, but they really did a great job at just opening up the interior and really giving you that extra room by making the vehicle just, like you said, just inches bigger, and it really paid off in a big way.
It goes a long way, yeah. We'll move on to the interior stuff here. So you got these really nice cloth textured seats, orange stitching, get leather center console, some cup holders, leather wrap shift knob, and you get a leather wrap steering wheel, which is really nice.
It is a digital. Half of it will be analog for just your speedometer, but everything else will be digital up front.
You get the classic Honda Honda infotainment system right here. You get physical buttons, which I'm really a big fan of. I'm not really a fan of having just a bunch of touchscreen buttons down here.
Yeah, same here. And I love that, you still have your normal dials and everything for your AC controls. They look absolutely phenomenal as well. And something that you notice from the Pilot that this also has is that little rest for your finger when using the display up there, so your hand's not bouncing all around. And you even have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on that as well.
Have your shift-by-wire down here, parking brake. You also get hill descent with this, which is really cool. And you also get the new, in most of the 2023 models, you get this huge honeycomb-style air vent that goes across the front, which I'm very big fan of. And you also get
beautiful
USB and USB-C charging down here. You got some leather on the door, and you get this, I don't really know what to call this, but I like it. It's like a textured metallic finish almost.
Part of that and some of the other similar plastics is to make it so it's resistant to fingerprints and stuff like that, just to help keep the vehicle fresh and clean.
You get heated front seats as well, which is good to see, and you also get a very nice sunroof. Now on the exterior, this is kind of like it's like a maroon red kinda.
Yeah.
But it's not as dark as say a maroon would be.
Exactly, but it doesn't go all the way to like fire engine red either. It's kind of that nice in-between color.
And you get, on this, you get kind of like the blacked out front grille, you get the black side mirrors, and you get the really nice black rims on this one as well.
Exactly. With any of the hybrids, it'll all be that sport package, so you really get these nice black accent marks that go well with a lot of the available colors for this vehicle.
You also have your LED daytime running lights. Do you have LED taillights on this one?
Yeah, LED taillights, headlights. Basically, most of the lighting in this vehicle is going to be LED. There's even little map lights right in here as well that are going to be LEDs to kind of keep light constantly shining down in the area where it's not going to be too overwhelming either. And even out back in the cargo area of the vehicle too, you have LED lights for your sorting things out at night.
Now, I noticed on this you get a B down here on the shift knob. What exactly is that?
So that's the B range mode, and what that's going to do is it's going to help with the regenerative braking.
Oh.
It's going to increase your regenerative braking to help you get more power back out of the vehicle. And when it comes to slowing down, you essentially don't really have to rely on your brakes as much when you're in that B range mode.
A really smooth ride, really quiet in here, because similar to the Pilot and the Ridgeline, it was just all around just a really pleasant ride. Safety features, so you get your normal, similar to the Pilot and the Ridgeline, you get all your buttons on the steering wheel, you get your volume and all your multimedia buttons on the left, and all your safety buttons on the right. Now, what kind of safety features does the Sport Hybrid have?
So you'll get the whole wrap of the Honda sensing features. You're going to get the collision mitigation braking, which is going to help prevent you from approaching someone too quickly. You're going to have the road departure mitigation as well, which is going to help keep you on the road where you need to be. If it detects you've kind of started to go off the road a little bit, it'll give a little gentle shake of the steering wheel in case you've fallen asleep or something like that, just to really grab your attention back onto the road.
Good for those long drives, you're not falling asleep behind the wheel.
Exactly. And something they did as well with the interior, speaking of falling asleep, getting comfy in this vehicle, because it really does make you feel nice and comfortable, is the new seats.
Dude, these seats are so comfortable. I was just thinking that too.
They did an amazing job with it. They basically went with this almost kind of like ribcage design for the back of the seats, so it gives you so much more support, hugs you a lot better, so much better than the previous generation of seats that they had. They really went all out with this vehicle inside and out. There's some things you can't even see, like those redesigned seats that just make all the difference for your comfort.
I mean, it's really making me a fan of the hybrids.
And to even piggyback off of the grille comment too, they have a new active shutter grille up front too, and that's going to be opening and closing as you're driving along. It's going to close to make the vehicle more aerodynamic, help your fuel efficiently. When that engine needs to cool off, it'll open up, allowing some nice airflow.
Didn't know that this had regenerative braking, so they're kind of packing in a lot of features into the hybrid,
And you can adjust the strength of the regenerative braking using the paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel.
Also, it even has paddle shifters.
Yeah, and those will give you a nice display up on your driver interface as well to show you basically how intense that regenerative braking is going to be. They definitely did great at making it feel like a nice sporty vehicle, but still makes you feel very safe, makes you feel very comfortable. I mean, inside we have a ridiculous amount of airbags around us. There's side curtain rollover airbags. The front driver and passenger have knee airbags as well. They really went all out when it comes to just safety, comfortability, and the drivability of the vehicle. Even on, you know, my nice driver interface up here too, I'm able to see when I'm braking, I'm able to see that power go, you know, to the battery, up to the electric motors as well. You're able to see how it's distributed through the vehicle. So you even kind of know what's going on with that hybrid powertrain. So you kind of get a better understanding of the vehicle that you're in. So the car itself is going to be a bit quiet too. So one little safety feature they put in for the people walking around your vehicle, because it is so quiet, someone might not be able to hear it approaching. They call it the AVAS system. It's the Acoustic Vehicle Alerting System. So when you put it in reverse, you hear this almost angelic hum, is the way I like to describe it.
Oh, that's what that's called.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll let people around you know, there's a vehicle moving, and that you obviously don't have the best visibility when you're reversing. So that's why they add that nice little hum sound when you're reversing, just to make sure everyone knows what's going on.
Thank you guys for tuning back in on this 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport Model Tour. I'm Reilly. This is Brennan, everyone's favorite car salesman from Honda of Keene. And we will catch you guys in the next one.